Now that we have created machine learning model, we unit tested that piece of code, we created classes to read and write to Cassandra, we unit tested that piece of code. Now time to stitch everything together and create a complete solution. And you can configure more hyperparameters now, because this is the one that will be running after basic unit testing. This is the one that will be running overnight, okay, to get the results. Okay, because it will take time given the size of the data and given the number of experiments you want to do. Okay, so we'll create this main.py. Okay, so this is our file main.py. Of course, like other files, this is also uploaded in GitHub. So here, we are importing this class Cassandra read write DB, configuring the needful IP address, key space. Then we are syncing the table. This is the schema of the data which we want to map to the database, right? This is the file that we want to read. We are syncing to this and we are writing to the database. Okay, it might take some time given the size of the data. Then you're getting the data from the Cassandra table, creating a data frame. Once you've done that, this is the similar stuff. You're creating the, configuring the estimators. I'm configuring SGD classifier, random forest classifier. You can configure any of them. Just make sure, the dictionary that you have to keep updating if you have more parameters. Okay, as you can see, this code is very much agnostic of, what algorithm you're using. From today's scikit-learn, you find a new version or, new library, you want to experiment with that, with the same stuff you can do with that. So application code is less impacted by the algorithm, like library. Okay, it's not dependent on the library. The final application code is least impacted. This is the hyperparameters here. Okay, and here you are splitting the data into train and test, same training the model, and finally this code. So this is the thing that will take a lot of time to execute. Okay, so you can start running this application and it will keep, the CPU will be, there are a lot of useful stuffs to see the CPU usage. One is htop, right? If you do this, it can see the current CPU usage. Okay, current RAM usage, htop, that's the command. Okay, in Linux environment, you should keep it running in one tab when you're running the machine learning to get a sense of it, are you using all the cores and all that. Okay, so let's see now. Okay, I'll start with okay, since my data is already loaded, okay, so I'll have to delete this so that we can create drop table. It will delete it. Once this is deleted, okay, it's deleted. Okay, so now once this is deleted, we want to run this whole application. Let's see it again. Okay, and it's writing whole data. It is more than 2.5 lakhs. You have all the configuration, multiple algorithm, multiple samplers, right? So it will create a lot of permutation combination of pipelines. This is the hyperparameters, and you have all the stuffs now. Okay, so this is the column. Here you have transaction ID, right? You're reading from the database, which you do not want in training the model. That's why you have to skip this, right? Transaction ID, and pretty much everything is same. Okay, and okay, so let's try running it. Let's see if there is some errors or so. Okay, it will take time. Okay, in the next module, we'll see the results of it, how we are saving it, all those things. Okay, that's all from this module. It will take time running. Let it run. I'll leave it for overnight. Okay, and that's all from now. Thank you, guys.